fact that immigration is the #1 issue for voters right now. Joining me right now is Florida Congressman Carlos Gimenez. He's a member of the House Homeland Security Committee. Congressman, you're seeing the impact of a wide-open border in your backyard in Florida. What can you tell us?
Yeah, there is a gang called the Tren of Aragua, which was formed in a notorious penitentiary in Venezuela, Aragua Penitentiary. And now gang members are here in the United States, and they're here in my hometown. A couple of the gang members are now accused of murdering a former Venezuelan police officer, abducting him out of a hotel, taking his car, invading his home, and then finally killing him. And so we have these gang members that are crossing through the southern border here in South Florida, and I'm sure they're all throughout the United States, and they pose a grave threat to the security of the American people.
So what about KJP's answer to Peter Doocy? Karine Jean-Pierre claims that that's the whole reason that the president is negotiating with the Senate. Senate negotiators hoping to win this bipartisan border deal, which would also unlock money for Ukraine. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says the deal is not complete, but he's calling out lawmakers who are already opposing it. Watch this.
All of us on the Democratic side are serious about getting something done. Sadly, it's clear there are some in this Congress and beyond who wish to prevent bipartisan action on the border and on our national security challenges. Whether they're blinded by naked partisanship or cowed by political pressure, these minority voices are cynically working to stymie bipartisan cooperation.
I think he's talking about you, Congressman.
Listen, President Biden can stop the madness of the border tomorrow simply by changing policies. He's the one that undid all of the Trump-era policies that really had the border under control. We still had people coming in with valid asylum claims, but those that did not were rejected. Either they had to stay in Mexico or were being detained until their court hearings. The Biden administration on day one reversed all of that, and that's what is causing the flood that we see at the border. People now understand that they come to the border, there's a great chance of them coming in, including gang members with tattoos. Apparently, they're not really doing a great job of screening that. And so, you know, the amount of people that have flowed into the United States during the Biden administration is a product of the policies of the Biden administration. Now what they want to do is they want us to give them more money so they can process more people. That's not what we want to do. We want to stop the flow. We want to have legal immigration, not illegal immigration. So what he's saying is ludicrous.
Yeah. So when you mention the tattoos, you're saying because some people have tattoos of their gang tattooed on their arm. Is that what you're saying? Is that why you brought up the tattoos?
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
I just wanted to make that clear. They have the gang members. Yeah. You know, logo on their bodies. Look, Florida Senator Marco Rubio wrote this on X. How can there be a border security deal with a Biden administration that just went all the way to the Supreme Court to stop border security? Rubio, of course, is referencing the Supreme Court's decision, which allows the Biden administration to remove the razor wire put up in Texas by Governor Abbott. He put it up there so that he could stop the illegal border crossings. And I spoke with the governor yesterday before the decision came down. Here's what Governor Abbott told me. Watch.
My hope is that the United States Supreme Court and courts across the country, they see exactly what's happening on our border. It's not what happened under Bush or under Trump or under Obama. This is something completely different that has never happened before in the history of the country. This is an invasion by people we don't know who they are, where they're coming from, or the danger they may pose. And so it's right for Texas to have taken the steps that we have taken to crack down on the illegal crossings, to declare it an invasion and use every tool we can to do the job that Biden is not doing, and that's to try to deny illegal entry into our country.
Congressman, what about this? Where is this going? Do you believe you and your colleagues can actually move the needle on border security?
Look, I'll be honest with you. It's going to be tough for us to move the needle on border security, even if we get an agreement with this president. I don't believe the president is going to come through with the agreement. I don't believe anything that this president says. I watch what he does. I mean, he says all the right things. He wants border security, but he really doesn't. All he wants to do is process more people. That's what he wants the money for. It's not to secure the border one bit. And so we may, you know, we may pass we passed HR 2, and we may even get part of that, you know, in an agreement. But frankly, I just don't trust this president to follow through. I believe the only way that you're going to change the policy at the border is with a new president. And hopefully that'll be President Trump.
Well, look, we spoke with Mark Green, the chairman of the House Homeland Security Committee, and he told me the articles are coming down. They're going to mark up the impeachment resolution of the Department of Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. A source says it's going to happen Tuesday, January 30th, 1 week from today. And we spoke with the chairman. I spoke with Chairman Mark Green. He told me as soon as they get back, those articles are going to be written up and marked up. Do you believe Alejandro Mayorkas will get impeached?
Yeah, I do. I believe he'll get impeached. I do not believe that he's going to be convicted in the Senate. And even if he was, I think we just have another Alejandro, Mayorkas as the new Secretary of DHS. It's the President of the United States. He's the one that's calling the shots, or at least the people around him. And they are fine with what's happening at the southern border. They are saying the right things. Hey, we need to do this, we need to do that. But at the end, they know exactly what they have to do to stop it. They refuse to do it. It's on purpose, Maria. They want to do this on purpose. The only way that we're going to resolve this issue at the southern border, in my estimation, is with a new president. If we hold the House, get back control of the Senate, and a new Republican president, then we will be able to control the border.
All right, so real quick, what are you expecting out of New Hampshire today? The polls are open. Donald Trump is leading. What do you think happens?
I think Donald Trump wins in New Hampshire. I think Donald Trump wins in Nevada. I think Donald Trump wins in South Carolina. I think Donald Trump is the nominee of the Republican Party, and I believe in November, Donald Trump will be elected President of the United States.
All right, we will leave it there, Congressman. We'll be watching all of that, of course. Thank you so much.